Hi, everyone. My name is Quentin Roos, and I'm a senior account director on the Connect team here at Qualia. Now, I've been working with Holliday Ingram really closely over the past several months, getting them up and running on the Qualia Connect portal. And we decided it would be a good idea to put together a short instructional video to walk you through how you can set up your account, how you can fully utilize the portal, and everything that you can do within it. So for anyone watching this who does not have a Qualia Connect account yet, there are two ways that you can set up an account. There is a sign up link embedded into this email. I'm going to walk you through the second flow of how you can set up your account as we go through this call. But also just to kind of frame what this is we're going to look at over this call, Qualia Connect is the secure client-facing portal and mobile app that Holliday Ingram is now using to not only add a really extra secure layer of, again, security in terms of the communication, the information sharing, the document sharing back and forth, et cetera. But they also provide the industry's best closing experience by utilizing this tool to provide you and your clients some really unprecedented insight into where things stand with your real estate closing. So as I mentioned a moment ago, if you don't have a Qualia Connect account yet, there is the sign up link in the email. But what I'm going to be walking you through is that second way that you can set up your Qualia Connect account if you don't have one yet. And that is if you get invited into a file, into a closing by the Holliday Ingram team. Now, just so you know, as we go through this, as I show you the invitation process and how the client sets up their account, we're going to be looking at this from the perspective of a listing agent in particular. I know there are likely going to be lenders that are watching this video, obviously realtors that are going to be on the other side of the equation as well, working with the buyer. Just know that the process of setting up your account, the ways that you can customize your notifications, all the little ins and outs and the ways the messaging works, the way you can access your documents, these are going to be exactly the same across all of the different parties, whatever that different role might be. So there are just some small differences, but we don't really need to focus on those on this call. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's have a look at how you can go about setting up your Qualia Connect account and all the really awesome things that you and your clients can do within it. So I'm going to take over the screen share here. Now, what you're looking at on the screen here, this is the invitation email that's sent out as soon as this particular realtor was added to this file by the Holliday Ingram team. So when you're invited in, you're going to receive a very similar email. Theirs will say some slightly different things based on how the Holliday Ingram team has customized it. But it's going to have the logo across the top. All you need to do is click on this green button at this time. And it's going to walk you through the process of setting up your account. So the first thing I want to point out here is your email address will be locked into place. This is basically your user ID from this point forward. So all you need to do is come up with a password, type it in a couple of times, and then click to register your account. Now, the very first time that you are logging in and setting up your account, there are going to be a few prompts for you to run through first. It's just going to give you a little bit of high-level information about this particular order you've been invited into. You'll see you can add some additional information on this next screen here: work phone, cell phone, job title. You'll see that two-factor authentication will default to being enabled. And if that is the case, you will need to provide that cell phone number. Just for now, so I can kind of hurry through this, I am going to disable that and I don't have to accept it on my phone, but we would certainly recommend that you keep two-factor authentication on just to further enhance the security of the Connect portal. You'll see it's going to give you the option to enter a little bit more information about the particular address of your brokerage. So I'm located down here in Texas. That's why it's defaulting to pulling up a Texas address. And then you'll see that it is going to give you the option to take a quick tour of the portal as well. This just points out all of the kind of important buttons and tabs and all the different things that you can do within it when you log in. I'm going to skip over that for just now because I'm going to give you a much better overview as we go through this. So what we are looking at here is we are looking at one particular closing within the Qualia Connect portal. And the reason that I say it that way is something really cool from your perspective and something very important and central to the way this all works is the fact that you will be able to access all subsequent closings that you are invited into through that login that you just set up the first time you logged into the portal. So you won't need to set up a separate password. You won't need to go through the two-factor authentication, setting that up for the first time every single time you log into a future closing that you're invited into. I will show you towards the end of this call. You can access all of your closings through this one login. Now, what I also want to point out that is really awesome for you is I'm working off of my computer currently, but keep in mind that everything I am doing over the course of this call can also be done on a mobile device. So we do have an app for iOS and for Android devices. It's just called Qualia Connect. And once you set up your account once, you can log in via that login information right into the app. But even if you're not using the app, this is all mobile optimized as well. So even if you don't have the app, you can do this right on your mobile browser. Go ahead and extend this back out here. So now that we've talked about the fact you can access all of your closings through this one login, and again, it's something I'll show you in a moment, let's have a look at everything that you can do within every separate closing and within the portal overall. So what we're looking at, first of all, this overview tab, this is what I like to think of as kind of the home page for you and for your clients for each of your closings. This is basically where you can log in at any time and see exactly where things stand with the real estate closing that you are working currently. So you'll see that there is this tracker bar that goes across the middle of the screen, has these major milestones of the closing process along it. Now, what's really great about this is you can also click down into detailed info and get a nice overview of exactly what individual steps have been completed and when exactly they were completed. Now, if you need a little bit more granular insight into everything that is going on here, there is the ability for you to request an update as well. It's just going to ask you to select an individual task that you're curious about. And if you click to submit this request, that will go into the Holliday Ingram team as a message, and they can then reply to you in the form of a message as well. And we're going to have a look at how the messaging works through Connect in just a moment here. Now, something else that I want to point out on this overview tab, and with this bar in particular, is as this bar progresses from one milestone to the next, this will also push out progress update emails to you and to your clients, just giving you a very high level understanding of the fact that things are moving along the way they should be with the closing. Now, the reason that I wanted to bring up the fact that you're going to receive an email notification is I want to talk next about how you get notified via Qualia Connect. So we've already had a look at the invitation email. I just mentioned the fact that there are progress update emails that will periodically push out. There are two main ways you can receive notifications from Qualia Connect. There are email notifications, surprisingly enough, and there are also these in-app notifications that you see up in this bell icon here. Now, this bell icon will give you in-app notifications across all of the different closings you've been invited into. So I could click into any one, it would take me directly into that closing, and I could interact with whatever it is that I got notified about there. But importantly, what I want to point out here is the fact that the way you get notified from Qualia Connect is fully customizable on your end. So if you feel that you're not receiving enough emails or too many emails, whatever it might be, you can always go into your portal, click into your name, into your user settings. And if you scroll down, you'll see there is a notification section where you can fully customize how exactly you want to be notified about the different things that take place during the closing process. So once you make the changes on the back end here, these will apply to all of your closings that you're working through the Qualia Connect portal. So you just need to come in and do it the one time. Now, I also want to point out the fact that in your user settings, you do have the ability to upload a profile picture. We're going to see where this comes into play towards the end of the call here today. And I'm just going to use a picture of my dog. He's a little more photogenic than I am. So now that we've gone in here, we've had a look at where you can go to your user settings to update your notification settings, upload your profile picture. Let's hop back into that particular closing we were looking at a moment ago. Now, the next thing that I want to have a look at here is your inbox. So every separate closing you can access through your Qualia Connect portal will have a separate inbox. And every message that the Holliday Ingram team sends you over the course of this closing will get routed into this particular inbox. It's a great way for you to keep all of your communication kind of separate, organized on your end. So you can always come in here and you can reply directly in this message thread. Now, what I also want to point out, though, is something that I think is really, really cool and something that can make things easier for you is the way that Holliday Ingram set up their deployment. So basically, what's going to happen is whenever you are sent a message during a closing, you are going to receive an email notification letting you know that you have this new message. So there's just going to be a subject line. In this case, it says hello. What's really cool about this is you can actually read the text of the message that they sent you right in this email notification. And you can actually then reply directly to this email notification from your email without even logging in. And Qualia Connect will grab this response and send it back through the Secure Connect messaging channel. So again, really just enabling you to take advantage of this without even having to take the extra step of logging in necessarily. Now, the flip side to the messaging though, and at the end of the day, one of the really core benefits for you and for your clients is the document sharing and the document storage in the Qualia Connect portal. Because just as every message will get routed into the applicable inbox on your end, every document that is shared with you, whether it is part of a message or if they just share a document outside of a message, those will all get routed into your Documents tab for that particular closing. I know I keep saying it, but why this is such a huge benefit at the end of the day is this is unlimited and this is indefinite document storage that they are providing you through the Qualia Connect portal. And since you can access all of your closings that you're being invited into this portal, if you ever need to pull up tax documents, if you ever need to reference old closing documents, all you need to do is log in. I'll show you where you can bounce between all of your different orders or search for it up here. Go to the Documents tab and you will have access to all of these documents anytime you need them. So of course, this benefit extends to your clients as well, buyers, sellers, whoever it might be. The secure document storage and sharing through Qualia Connect is absolutely one of the key benefits that Holliday Ingram is providing. Now, having had a look at the messaging, had a look at the document sharing, next thing I want to show you is the way that they are really streamlining the collection of information through the Qualia Connect portal. And that is in this Tasks tab here. So you will receive an email notification letting you know that there are particular bits of information they need from you. They want you to confirm your commission information, HOA info, their client's contact, whatever it might be. So all you would need to do is click to log in from that email notification that you received, and it would take you right into this information request, as we call it. Now, what I want to point out here, and the reason that this request in particular I think is so cool, is any information that has already been entered into Qualia, into their closing software by the Holliday Ingram team, will be pre-populated in here. So if you'd had submitted a contract at the beginning of this closing and you had already told them that you are, getting a 3% commission, maybe there's an additional flat commission component you want to enter in, whatever you had sent over to them as at the beginning as part of that contract is going to be pre-populated in here for you. So what this is allowing you to do, this isn't necessarily asking you to double up on the work that you're doing. This is allowing you to verify that, hey, what they put into their software is exactly what I sent over to them as part of the contract at the beginning of the transaction. Now, what you'll see is once you go through and you fill out all the applicable fields, the system will allow you to submit this information directly back over. And you'll also see that if there are multiple requests for information they want you to fill out, it's going to take you directly into the next one where you can then go through and just continue filling these out to submit them. They're all very fast and all very easy. But just for now, I want to move into the next feature of the information request in particular to look at, which is the insight that the system is going to give you into how your clients are doing through Qualia Connect. So for realtors in particular, when you log in and you go to your information request tasks tab here within your portal, you'll see that you have the ability to look at the tasks that you have been sent, but you can also get an overview of the tasks that have been sent to your client as well. And you can actually see whether or not they have completed these. If your client had already gone in, had already filled these out, then these would not show up on here. They would show up as completed. For any of them that have not been filled out yet, you'll see it does give you the ability to push them out a reminder. It's going to tell you exactly when the last time you reminded them. And that will get sent to your client in the form of an email notification showing up as coming from you rather than the settlement company. So just really awesome insight that this is giving you. Now, one thing I do want to point out very quickly, going back into the overview tab here before we wrap things up with the last feature, is for realtors in particular, you will see in our list of order parties down below here, your assistants, your transaction coordinators can also be invited into this same order. And basically what that will do is that will allow them to fill out all of that information on your behalf. So you don't need to double up the work. Any information that they're asking you to fill out, whether it's that commission split, your client's contact info, HOA info, your assistant, your transaction coordinator, as long as they've been invited into the file, can go in and fill that out on your behalf as well. And it will show up as completed for both of you. Now, I also do want to point out in this order party section, you will see we have permissions built into the system. So individuals on separate sides of the equation don't have the ability to reach out to one another. Buyers and sellers cannot reach out to one another or access each other's contact information. If you're on the selling side, you can't reach out to the lender directly through here, etc. So we do have those permissions all locked into place for you. You don't need to worry about your client reaching out to another party inappropriately. So with all of that said, the very last thing I want to have a look at here is something I've alluded to a few times on this call. That is the ability for you to access all of your closings through this one portal that you have set up one time. So by clicking on this orders button in the upper left, here is an overview of all the different closings that Lionel Hutz, the realtor, has been invited into. And again, I could click into any one of these. There'd be a separate list of documents, separate list of messages that have been sent, etc. But what I also want to point out here, and this is a permission that both realtors and lenders have, is the capability for you to go in to get quotes or to place orders with the Holliday Ingram team anytime you would like to do so. So what is really, really cool about this is, again, keep in mind, you can do all of this directly from your mobile device as well. And you don't have to worry about reaching out to the team, manually having them put together a preliminary CD or anything, because you see you can go in to get a quote. There are a few types that we provide here. Just go through a seller net sheet, gives you a few more options. And you're going to see this is going to basically pull in, this fully integrates with Google Maps. So this is going to pull up the addresses closest to you. All you need to do is enter some really, really basic information here. You're going to see it will let you enter information about payoff loans. I'm going to skip over that just to make this go a little bit faster. You can enter commission information in here. You can add prorations if there are taxes, HOA fees, anything like that. You can also add any additional line items you would like to add in, test fee, any kind of additional admin fee, or whatever it might be. But once you've entered that information in, you just need to click through here. And in about 10 to 15 seconds, the system is going to pop up a quick quote for you on the other side. And it's going to automatically calculate recording office fees based off the location of the property, all the title fees based off of the information that Holliday Ingram has entered in on the back end of their deployment. And what I want to point out when this quote pops up on the back end is there are a few things that you can do with it. You can view your order summary here. Now, the reason that I went through the whole process of adding my headshot at the beginning of this call is you'll see you do have the ability to go in and print out branded quotes. It looks like in my little dummy account here, I think I might have sized my dog picture incorrectly. Your headshot should show up there as well. You'll see you can share this quote via email. Click out of here for now. But what's also great about this is you can actually submit this order as a title order over to Holliday Ingram as well. Any information you entered into that whole flow as you went through, the property address, purchase price, loan amount, it's going to flow into this order form. So you just need to select your role on the order. You can include any of your client's contact information if you have it, include any messages that you want to send along. But very, very crucially, you will see you have the ability to upload documents as well when you submit these orders. So if you want to submit your contract, purchase and sale agreement, whatever it might be, you can upload this here, and all this information will flow directly into their software when they accept this order. What you're going to see is that's going to open up a brand new order for you within your portal, and you'll get notified as soon as they have accepted it on their end, and you can just continue working this transaction right through the Qualia Connect portal. So with all of that being said, that's really everything that I wanted to show you on this call here today. Hopefully the thing that really comes across is just how easy this is for you to use. It's very, very simple for your clients to use this as well. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Madison on the Holliday Ingram team. She can certainly route them to me if there are any really in-depth questions that I can help with here. But with that said, I hope you all enjoy using the portal, and I look forward to watching the usage grow on their end as well. So thank you so much.